If it stops me in a game, call the helpline or visit our website. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
Lilly Broadcasting stands with the people of Iran.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, balancing Michigan's budget without raising taxes, House Republicans say they have a plan. Plus, it's been 2 years since Michigan lawmakers passed a law requiring firearms to be safely secured at home. And a state Senate candidate visits Marquette to go over his goals if he were to take office. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Kelly, good evening. It is nasty out there. What is going on?
Yeah, Kevin, it's just been a really tough go for a lot of people for both commutes and really just at any time during the day. This snow is just really lingering around. It's the same system that we're dealing with. It's just such a slow mover, but it's not stopping some people from safely getting out and about. We can see the snow-covered cars on there, some windshields, and of course snow on the roadways on our 19 News downtown Marquette Skycam. With more snow on the way, we can almost see that circulation happening where that rotation is bringing more snow. So that is another winter storm warning that lasts until 1 a.m. this morning, technically. But I'll break down the rest of the details with this winter system and just how long the snow will stick around in just a few minutes.
Kelly, thank you very much. Manistee Area Schools says no one was harmed after a fire alarm went off this morning. Staff evacuated students from the middle and high school building around 8 o'clock. A few administrators and teachers searched the building for signs of a fire or pulled alarm and found smoke in a second-story service closet. A fuse in the closet had blown, causing a flame to appear for a few seconds before extinguishing. All staff and students safely returned to the building less than 10 minutes later, and the school is now monitoring the closet and fuse that caused the smoke. Michigan House Speaker Matt Hall says Republicans will not support any tax increases to balance the state budget. Hall says lawmakers can cut $800 million in what he calls waste, fraud, and abuse. That's roughly 1% of the $81.5 billion state budget. He also proposed eliminating the $6 milled state education tax, which he says would save the average homeowner about $900 a year, but would pull hundreds of thousands of dollars away from schools.
If the Democrats are dug in on raising taxes and on raiding our rainy day fund and spending more than we take in, then we're going to have a prolonged budget battle.
Lawmakers have 4 months to come to an agreement before the budget is due on July 1st. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services is recognizing 2 years of a statewide gun law that has locked away thousands of firearms for the safety of children and others. WZMQ 19's Andrew Hans has more.
All firearm injuries are completely preventable, and we all have a role to play in keeping our children safe.
Back in 2023, Michigan senators introduced Public Act 17, a secure storage law stating that anyone who owns a firearm reasonably known to be in the presence of a minor are to keep them locked, unloaded, and apart from their ammunition. The law first took effect in February of 2024. Along with its passing, the MDHHS has gathered partnerships with the Michigan State Police, schools, and community partners to spread awareness to the importance of these safe measures while also sharing information on where gun owners can obtain free cable gun locks.
We continue to focus on promoting secure storage law, making sure everyone has access to secure storage through free gun locks, which you can get a local MDHHS office, a local health department. Some of them may have gun locks available. You can just walk right in and ask.
Since the law was signed, approximately 110,600 locks have been distributed, with over 63,000 since February of 2025. As gun violence remains a leading cause of death for children in the U.S., the MDHHS says this legislation continues to pull the right amount of access away.
So we know unsecured firearms are a clear safety risk, especially to children. If this law prevents one needless tragedy of a child accessing an unsecured firearm and injuring themselves or someone else, then to me it's worth it.
Public Act 17 also requires every school in Michigan to provide parents and guardians with information about firearm storage. Andrew Hans, WZMQ 19 News.
38th District Democratic State Senate candidate Chris Mapps made his way to Marquette today. The Kingsford native holds a focus on the working class and veteran population of the UP, with experience serving as a local president and later a national representative of the Federation of Government Employees Union. Mapps held a conversations and coffee event at Provisions this afternoon to further discuss his goals for the region.
It's about needs of the working class and not about political agendas or appeasing federal administrations, and finding ways to solve the problems of affordability, making sure we can secure funding and resources for the UP that sometimes we don't get.
Mapps is among 3 other candidates vying for the 38th District, including Kelly Vangenhoven, Bo LaFave, and Dave Preston. Your first warning weather forecast is after the break. Plus, starting this spring, golf carts will be allowed on some city streets in Escanaba. We'll have the details after this.
Shop our huge selection of Amish-crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order. With 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
Menards 11% rebate is here. From lighting to lumber, from doors to floors. The bigger the project, the bigger the rebate. Prepare for the unexpected with Generac generators. Their advanced technology starts within seconds of sensing a power loss. Save over $850 on this standby generator after rebate. Visit our lighting showroom. These LED panel lights are perfect for residential and commercial applications. This 2-pack is a value of $104.99 after rebate. Hurry in, the 11% rebate is here.
Save big money at Menards.
I know you've got your own demons to conquer, but jumping back into the fire is going to do you well.
Well, I'll get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Welcome to the U.S. Marshals. Everybody's got to be dialed in. 30 seconds.
Been in already, cowboy.
A Dutton's personal agenda is always a service in some form of vengeance. Well, the Yellowstone's gone, and as for vengeance, Dave's still young.
A new era of Yellowstone begins on Marshals, CBS March 1st.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan. Watch the Medical Minute, Thursdays at 6 and 11, only on 19 News. Brought to you by OSF Healthcare. Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk's Big Winter Sale. It's that time of year when you spend more time on your sofa, more time on your recliner, and more time in bed. During Shunk's Big Winter Sale, you'll save on the furniture you need. There's big discounts on all Flex Steel furniture, like this leather Flex Steel Power Reclining Groups, 55% off. There's big savings on Lazy Boy recliners, 35 different styles to choose from, and they're all on sale. They start at just $2.99. Shop Shunk's Big Winter Sale at both locations for big discounts. Shop Shunk's in Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
And welcome back. We are just trying to make our way day by day with all this snow. I know it can be tough, it can be physically taxing, and at this point the snow is maybe just a nuisance, but some people love the winter. So that's why you never know. This could be someone's ideal day with all the snow. But at least for the statistics, 30 for the high, average is 26, so slightly above average, but not by much. And of course it's kind of tough to get outside and try to enjoy when you have to deal with 7 inches of snow. So we did see that winter storm system push through, and there's more of that on the way. We have some differing temperatures, lower 20s out to the western half, and then we have some slightly above average, slightly above freezing temperatures to the eastern half. So that's where we're going to have some mixing happening, where we have some wet snowflakes, maybe some sleet down that way. But the major system that was just west of us, and now it's just slowly making its way to the east. But as it moves, remember I said we're going to get the wraparound of it. So this is the back end of that, the winds from the north. There's some lake effect associated with the snow, and you see how slow it's moving. It's virtually really not moving at all, so that's why the system is just lingering and continuing to accumulate some snow. So zooming in with our Doppler Max, we can see some heavier snow up towards the Houghton area and down through Marquette. That will continue to move through as it moves to the east. So we're really going to see a few more inches of snow, and this winter storm warning continues until just past midnight at 1 a.m. and the purple, a winter weather advisory. I promise you this is updated. This just looks very similar to a lot of the days this week. And I wanted to show you up here too, to Houghton and Eagle Harbor, we also have that winter storm warning. So I'm keeping the same graphic, and I'm just going to change it based off of the warning because really it's the same characteristics. You should still have that same mindset of driving very slowly. But specifically for this last little push of this major system is the heavy snow, additional accumulations between 2 to 6 inches, maybe an additional 8. I'll show you the snow map in just a second. That's for the winter storm warning, but for the advisories, the winter weather advisories, maybe an additional 2 to 5 inches, maybe an additional 3 in between there somewhere. The impacts for it is still a difficulty with any travel, and especially now at the weekend if you're trying to get out of town. Snow is just covering all the roads and all the cars, and with a big snow band lingering in the same spot, this is where we're more likely to see some of that snow accumulating through the next few days, or at least until the winter storm warning. But this is now your Saturday night, and the snow really does stay around as it rotates, and it starts to diminish slightly, but we're still looking at a pretty snowy pattern that will accumulate, a moderate accumulation for some places. We can see Lance. I know this may be a little much, but I put it all the way to Saturday night. So remember, this is additional from what we already have, and this is one model. But yeah, we could be looking at another foot of snow for some places, but then in just an area over into Marquette, we may miss some of those heavier snow totals. This is what you can get when you get a band of snow that just really doesn't move much. We know that by now. So just watch out for if you get stuck in that heavy band. That's where we're going to accumulate a possibly significant amount of snow, and it does stick with us at least for the start of next week as temperatures plummet, and then we start to clear out the skies, and slightly recovering temperatures should be into the upper 30s by this time next week.
Kelly, thank you again. This spring and summer, Escanaba will allow golfers to drive their carts on city roads. The City Council has passed a resolution permitting golf carts on certain streets. However, high-traffic roadways like Ludington Street and Lincoln Road are still off limits. Discussions about the issue have been centered around streets near the Escanaba Country Club, where public safety often responds to complaints about golf carts illegally operating on the road.
It's kind of a trial and error aspect that we're trying this out. And if we find from feedback from public safety that there's concern, we can add more restrictions, or we could rescind it again. It's a trial thing, but I do feel that it does help the golfers be more at ease.
Drivers must be at least 16 years old with a license, and golf carts cannot drive above 15 miles per hour. Coming up next on Insights, we're joined by journalist Chris Hansen as his streaming platform True Blue releases the first episode of the past October child exploitation sting operation in Dickinson County. He'll tell us more about what happened during that operation when we come back.
I'm exhausted. Shopping for a mattress is just so confusing.
Sounds like mattress shopophobia. At Slumberland, our sleep counselors are here to help you find the best mattress without any pressure.
But awesome pressure relief.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
The United States of America is as strong and as proud and as great as ever.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Journey to the world's most exotic, breathtaking locations. Pure Outdoor.
Even getting out of bed is a struggle.
Sounds like a lot of pressure.
And pain.
Good thing you came to Slumberland. This Temper Pro Adapt provides adaptive support and pressure relief to help you sleep.
Getting out of this bed is gonna be a struggle.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. This past October, the Dickinson County Sheriff's Office conducted a child exploitation sting operation in Iron Mountain. 7 men showed up thinking they would be meeting with a young boy or girl. Tagging along with Chris Hansen, a journalist known for shows like To Catch a Predator. Last Thursday, his streaming platform True Blue dropped the first episode of Takedown with Chris Hansen showing what happened during that operation. We had the chance to interview him earlier this week and hear what we can expect to see. Here's a portion of that interview.
You know, Northern Michigan, obviously, in the UP, you had the dog sled race last weekend. It's a beautiful place. It's not the kind of place you'd expect to see this sort of activity, but it goes to show, as I always say, it doesn't matter whether we're in Louisiana or California or Texas or Detroit, Michigan. This is going on every single day in every community in America. And the Sheriff Rashawn wanted to send a message to the community that he wasn't going to tolerate it in his neck of the woods there.
Yeah, definitely. Tell us more about working with the Dickinson County Sheriffs, how you guys worked together to put this on.
Well, this was the Dickinson County Sheriff's Office first sting like this. And they were very fortunate to have, some expertise from the Marquette County Sheriff's Office, which has done this 2 or 3 times in the past. And so they were very professional, very, excited is the wrong word, but they're very, very happy to do this sort of thing. We had cooperation from some other local jurisdictions as well. And, they knew, because they had been chatting with people in the area, that they would find folks, most likely, from right there in Iron Mountain to, as I mentioned, in Green Bay. We had a guy, had a big job, well-paid, young man, executive, drove all the way from Green Bay in his BMW, bragged about his car and a couple different cars, just to exploit a child. And we see this guy come in, and you'll see in a subsequent episode, he literally gets into a ball on the ground and tries to hide from our cameras because he knows he's been caught. Well, he wasn't so shy when he was chatting on and off for several hours with a decoy posing as a child. We had a guy, the first episode from Dickinson County aired, who literally came from right around the corner. And he had been keeping the secret from his family that he had an attraction to boys. And, it's a secret no more. The guy shows up in his pajamas, from just a short distance away, and thinks that he can get away with this, that nobody's looking, that he's in a safe part of the country. And he found out the hard way that, in fact, he was going to get caught and face the consequences of his actions.
Right, and in that first episode, I caught that the other night, and just sometimes with these subjects, when they come in, they seem really comfortable. For example, with this guy, he had his shoes off, bare feet. What does that say to you when they're just in that zone and feeling comfortable in the situation?
It says to me a couple of things, Kevin. It says that they've probably done it before. They all tell me it's their first time, but if they're that comfortable walking into a stranger's house, I mean, just think about you walking into a house you've never been in before to conduct a television interview. You're in a different area. You're a little nervous. You want to be polite. You want to sit down and respect the person's home and conduct the interview. These guys walk in there like they own the place. Sit right down on the couch, go for a hug, share a beer with the child, on and on and on, have a snack, a cookie, whatever. And they're there for the express purpose of exploiting a child.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that kind of stands out to you from that operation in Dickinson County at all, or is it kind of more of the same for you at this point?
Well, I think each individual case is interesting to me because it's a different profile of somebody who can harm a child. In the one case, we had a guy who brought McDonald's over. He lived in an apartment right in downtown Iron Mountain, and he was known to the community. He had worked in the community. He was 61 years old, and he had no problem coming over to exploit a young teenage girl. And it was like he was acting like he was entitled to do it, like this was okay. And even some of the people in the sheriff's office who were on the scene knew this guy from, working in town over the years. And he just felt so comfortable there to just saunter right in and try and have his way with a child. Shocking to me.
Right, of course. And so this first episode dropped last Thursday. How often do these drop, and do you know how many more we can expect for this particular operation?
Episodes of our Predator investigative series Takedown drop every Thursday, 200 so far, a little more than 200, on our streaming crime network, True Blue, and people can check it out at watchtrueblue.com. And we also have a YouTube channel of the same name, and we have fast channels that people can watch on various television platforms that you have on your screen. So there are a number of ways to watch. We have put out one of the Dickinson episodes, and I think the next one is going to come out in about 2 weeks. So, you know, we operate in about a dozen different jurisdictions across the country, so we try to mix them up as they come out. So, but you know, again, in Dickinson County, we saw what we see all around the country.
Now, don't go away. When we come back, Mike Ludlam will have your look at sports. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Survivor 50. We can be heroes.
Look, how many more shots am I gonna get?
We want your blood. We want your sweat. We want your tears.
Feels like high school reunion meets like a massacre.
That's how you make history. That's how you create a legacy.
Survivor 50, new milestone season begins CBS Wednesday at 8/7 Central and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Around here, it's all-wheel drive all year round.
If you like to go where the road doesn't go, it's all-wheel drive season.
If there's rain, snow, or mud in the forecast, it's all-wheel drive season.
And nobody gives you more all-wheel drive choices than Toyota.
Like the best-selling Camry or the stylishly advanced new Corolla.
Now get a new 26 Corolla or Camry with 4.99 APR financing.
Or lease a Corolla for $199 a month or a Camry for just $279 a month. All-wheel drive 365. Toyota. Let's go places.
Live outside Marquette County? Every day, recycling is free at Recycle 906. Bring your cans, cardboard, plastics, and more. One day, one trip, a cleaner Upper Peninsula. See what we accept at recycle906.com.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. Only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Here's a deal you won't want to miss. For a limited time, when you buy 3 windows or doors, you'll get 1 free at the Window Store. You heard that right. Buy 3, get 1 free. Don't wait. Offer runs from February 2nd to February 27th. Give your home a fresh new look with our energy-efficient windows and stylish doors. Call today and start transforming your home with the Window Store. Quality windows, doors, and unbeatable savings only at the Window Store.
Good evening, everyone. The NMU hockey team still has a chance to make the CCHA playoffs, but it probably will have to win both games this weekend at home against Lake Superior State and maybe both games next weekend at 17th ranked Minnesota State to have that opportunity. The Wildcats have 12 points, 6 points behind 8th place Ferris State for that last playoff berth. The Bulldogs, Michigan Tech, and Bemidji State are idle this weekend. NMU head coach Dave Shayak says the games in Sault Ste. Marie last month were very close. It's just a matter of getting that extra goal.
The games that we played against them in their barn, I thought we were the better team. I think the shots the first night were 30-30, and we had the higher scoring chances. We had 44 shots the next night. That was the weekend we lost both games 2-1, and we had difficulty scoring, and that's been a theme again. Lake Superior's power play is good. Their speed's good. They've got some defensemen that like to giddy up and go, and we got to be able to contain that and play our game.
The Capo Cup is on the line this weekend with the Lakers having a 4-2 lead. The Wildcats are auctioning off their game-worn 30th anniversary sweaters tonight. Face-off is 7:07. I believe tickets are only $5 for tonight's game. Saturday is senior night. 7 will be recognized, and the NMU Student Athletic Advisory Committee will be working with Make-A-Wish on Saturday. The Upper Peninsula High School diving finals were supposed to take place this afternoon at Marquette Senior High School. That has been changed to tomorrow morning before the swimming finals. According to Marquette Athletic Director Jackson Ingalls, the diving warm-ups will be at 7:30 in the morning. They're scheduled to begin at 11 a.m. Turning to hockey at the Olympics, the U.S. women had some work to do yesterday in the final against Canada, trailing 1-0, couple minutes to go in the third period. When Layla Edwards with the shot, Hillary Knight puts it home on the deflection to tie the game at 1. Then in overtime, Canada is a little bit slow on the line change, and Farmington Hills, Michigan's Megan Keller will get the game-winning backhand, and the USA wins the gold medal 2-1. And now let's check in with Kevin and the Upper Goddess.
Mike, thank you very much. Let's do that. Lori's making crackers from lasagna. Here it is.
Hey, Dean. Are you excited that I am turning this noodle into a cracker?
Yep.
Remember when I used to make these?
Yep.
It was a while ago. So you're gonna cook your noodles about 11 minutes. And when I cook them, I like stand them up in the pan. You know, if you monkey around with them a lot, they'll end up ripping. So just kind of let them go. So you're gonna cut these with a scissor. They're a little al dente. You're just gonna cut these. And I already got this coated with olive oil. So the only thing you're gonna do is you're gonna put your oven on 400. And you're gonna lay these out on parchment paper. That was hard, eh? I think you could do it.
I doubt it.
So you're gonna put some seasoning on this. Now make sure, put your favorite combination, but have some salt in it. Because you want them to have a little salt. When you cook your noodles too, also salt the water real generously. You can taste the water and make sure it's salty. So you're gonna cook these for about, they're gonna be about 18 minutes. So after 10 minutes, flip them and then stick them back in the oven, but keep your eye on them. You know how I always tell you, things will burn in 2 seconds. But I gotta show you how nice these look. Are you admiring my buns back here? Yeah. Aren't they nice? When I perfect this, I'm gonna do a video. This is my sub bun. It wasn't quite thick and wide enough, but hey. But look at how cute our board looks. And you can also like put them in a bowl if you want on your board or just on your counter. These would be good for a football game. Should I try it? I made the spinach dip, Dean. I haven't made spinach dip for like 20 years. Now listen how crunchy this is. Isn't that crazy? It's so good. Have your kids help you and it'll be super fun. Give it a try. Keep smiling.
Now stay tuned. When we come back, we'll have your final look at weather.
Household Appliance is celebrating 55 years in business with 55% off select floor models for a limited time. Daily drawings for free giveaways from Whirlpool, GE, La-Z-Boy, LG, Southern Motion, and a Tempur-Pedic mattress. Don't miss out. Come celebrate with Household Appliance today.
Hard Rock is a name built to last. Michigan knows something about that. The Hard Rock Bet Casino app, that's built on trust too. So what you see when you sign up is actually what you get.
Don't believe it? Try the app yourself. If you're not up after 24 hours playing slots, then you get up to $1,000 back to play again.
Wants to get 200 bonus spins to play Huff and More Puff. Wins paid in cash. No catch.
Hard Rock Bet Casino is here, Michigan. Roll with us.
Download the Hard Rock Bet Casino app today. Aldous Hodge puts himself out there.
Why would I try to sing when I'm sitting next to her?
You got all this encouragement. And best friends with a beautiful bun.
Our windows actually face each other, so we say good morning to each other.
Plus an awe-inspiring talent on J-Hood.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, Monday at 4 on WZMQ CBS. Followed by The Kelly Clarkson Show at 5 and 19 News at 6.
When you need a body shop, skip the corporate shops and outside investors. Go with your hometown body shop, Superior Collision. Our family opened Superior Collision in 2002, and we're still the ones who own and operate it today. Some places talk about community, We actually stand with our community, donating monthly back into Marquette County. When you need collision repair, choose Superior Collision, your local hometown body shop.
Household Appliance is celebrating 55 years in business with 55% off select floor models for a limited time. Daily drawings for free giveaways from Whirlpool, GE, La-Z-Boy, LG, Southern Motion, and a Tempur-Pedic mattress. Don't miss out. Come celebrate with Household Appliance today.
And we made it to this very winter-like weekend. The snow-covered roads and just the overall travel conditions, that's going to be pretty tricky for much of the travel this weekend. So maybe this is a good time to just stay inside and get some things done that you may need to. But if you head on out, just make sure to leave some time and drive carefully. I will have another look at your forecast later tonight.
Kelly, thank you very much. And regarding our interview with Chris Hansen, you can find the full version right now on WZMQ19.com. We'll have more headlines coming your way at 11:10 Central. We'll see you then.
Lilly Broadcasting stands with the people of.
Good to be with you. I'm Tony DeCopo. The breaking news right now. The new